Today is Saturday, and as I said before, some Saturdays I will come live so that we share ideas. Today, I want to just focus on some few things that you can focus on, or some skills that you need to learn if you have a business, or if you want to be an entrepreneur, or if you want to become successful with your life. So welcome. Please share the channel with your friends, with your family, and let's get going. So thank you very much for taking your time to watch us. And we are all product of the training that we have had for the last 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. If you're 100 years, for the last 100 years. The difference between men, or the difference between people, is the training that they've been exposed to. So if you have had good training, then it's likely that you probably have some good results. Now, if your training has not been good, it's likely that you will struggle in life. And one of the best ways to develop the right training is through proper education. Education is everything. Sometimes some people say that, oh, we are tired of the talking, we want action. And say you cannot direct your actions well if you don't have proper education. You can't direct your directions or your actions or your decisions if you are not readily, if you've not been properly taught. So education is critical. If they gave you work to do, if they gave you cutlass to cut the tree, a blunt cutlass, and you did not sharpen it, you exert a lot of energy for nothing, and the tree will not be able to, you'll not be able to cut the tree. But if you spend your time to sharpen your tool, then you'll be able to cut the tree with very little energy. So education is the sharpening of the tool. The education that you have is the sharpening of the tool. And as Africans, majority of us, the education for life, not the one that they gave you the certificate. I'm talking of education for life, educating your life, educating yourself for life, knowing the critical things. If you know the critical things, then you'll be able to succeed, easily. But if you're unaware of the very critical things that you need in life, then you will suffer. And when we went to school the other day, the SS examination, they said the people who are going from JHS to SHS, it came. And if you look at how we've been trained to focus and to think that once you pass exam, then you're going to become successful. So you see that a lot of parents are very much worried if their children don't do well in school. and your teachers, the kind of words that they will tell you if your children are not performing well in school, you'll be shocked. This child is not serious. He's not doing his homework. All kind of things. But when you sit back and you really look at people's life, you will see that it's not really just about education, and or it's not really just about examination. And the mere fact that they are training us to just pass the exam, and most often when you pass the exam, the school is just trying to tell you that when you are very good with your grades, then you get a good job. So we have produced a lot of people who have come from, the junior secondary school, the senior secondary school. They have come from our universities, and they are looking for a job because that is the training that they gave them. And so when you come out of the school and you have this kind of training, you become handicapped. So you can be at home for 5 years. And even those who have had some kind of job, they are not happy with the job that they have. Why? Because they were trained to be very good with their exam so that somebody else will give them job. Now, today, what we want to talk about has nothing to do with you passing exam to go to getting good grades, because you can become all the best courses that you have in our universities, So now we are even talking of STEM education. We are even talking of giving people hands-on education. Those are all good. But if you give them that kind of education and they still complete school and they are looking for job, then you have not done a good job. Because we have people who are mechanics who say that I can't set up. We have a lot of seamstress, those the women who sew. Or we have people who can do makeup. Some people have gone to learn makeup or how to, all kind of works that people have gone to learn. They have handiworks in our country and they are still looking for job. And unfortunately, a lot of their jobs don't exist. So what I want to talk about is those are the skill set that you need to create the life that you want. The skill set that you need to create the life that you want. And I've also seen people who have worked, they have had jobs, they have done those jobs for years, and now they say that I'm even tired. Every day, Monday morning, when they are going to work, they ache because they say that I've been here, I've been doing the same thing for the last 5, 10, 20 years, and I'm just looking for something different. But then they are addicted to salary, and they say that they are afraid to try something. The first skills that you need to build the life that you want, because all of us want to bet our greatness, and that one will be the ability to lead yourself, the ability to lead yourself and to lead others. Leadership skills, the ability to sit down and plan your life and say that this is what my life is about, and this is what I want to do with my life. It is called leadership, your ability to lead yourself. The school probably will not teach you that. They will say that once you pass the chemistry, once you pass the home econs, once you pass the maths, the cost accounting, those, then you, but all that, the whole design is to get you a job. Now we are looking at the skill that you need. When you complete school, you don't have to wait for anybody to give you any job. You want to be proud to pick an idea and turn that idea into business. And the skill set you need, the ability to lead yourself and to think independently and to structure your life and not to follow the masses. That ability is called leadership ability. The ability to be independent in your decisions and your choices and to focus on where you want to go with your life. And that kind of education, probably the school will not try to give you that one. So that's why you have a lot of graduates. You have a lot of SHS certificate holders. You have a lot of all these artisans who have completed all this training in education and school, and they're still waiting for somebody to give them a job. That's why when the police service says that, oh, we are going to do recruitment, a lot of our youth will go there, and stand there for 8 hours in the sun at the football park, waiting to be employed into the police service because they think that they cannot do anything for themselves. It's because they were not taught how to lead themselves and how to be independent and how to be isolated and be alone and focus on building something with their lives, and building something with their lives. So that is called leadership skill, the ability to lead yourself. It is so important, where you can look at what everybody else is doing and tell yourself, I don't think this is what I want to do. Where you can think for yourself. When your friends are just trying to say that, no, let's all go here. And you tell yourself, this is not what I want to do with my life. This is what I want to do with my life. Where you can have a course in an area and you say that, no, I was given a certificate, I was given education, I was given training in this, but I don't see myself do this with my life. And this is what I want to go. And you can transpose or transfer that kind of education and build something with your life. That kind of thinking is a skill that you need to develop. That's why you can be a doctor. I said, I want to build a business. I don't want to go to the theater. Or you can be trained as a nurse. I said that, no, I want to go to the market and sell. You can be trained as an engineer. I said, no, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. You can be an accountant. I said, no, nobody wants to employ me. I want to build school. I want to start a hospital. My friend has a hospital and he has no medical certificate in anything. That is ability to sit down and plan your life. And we have a lot of doctors with certificate and who have no clinic because they cannot lead themselves. They cannot lead themselves. So the first skill that you need is the ability to lead yourself. That is key. So if you have not developed that, develop that. When you were in the class, some people were always reading. They are reading. They want to get A, C. The best, even if you get 100% from primary 1 to university, 100%, that knowledge, you will still have to go and look for a job. The ability to build wealth and business and enterprise and production, factories, industries, that kind of training will not come from the classroom. So you know that this classroom is giving me this kind of training, but when I come out of school, this is what I need to be able to build this life that I want. So when your child is last in the class, don't kill that child. It's just for the certificate. It's just for the certificate. So can you lead yourself? Can you think for yourself? Can you plan? Can you push yourself? That is the kind of education you need to build and become successful. And we need to train a lot of African youth to say that think independently, lead your life, push yourself. Can you go and farm when all your friends are looking for a job? Can you go and build something when all your friends are saying that this is not the way? If you have an idea, can you sacrifice? Can you give time, 2 years, 3 years, to build that idea into a product? Can you pick an idea and build it into a business? That will call for the ability to lead yourself. So this is a critical skill that you need. If you cannot lead yourself, others will lead you. And all the training that we've been giving is just to wait for somebody to give you a job. That's why you're waiting for the government. The day that you get a good government, Ghana will prosper and you'll be rich. That's what you're looking for. But that's why you're looking for visa to say that when I get to Korea, I'll become successful. When I get to Japan, I will become successful, because you have refused to lead yourself into greatness. So that ability is critical. Ability to portion your life, to session your life, to plan your life, to set targets, goals, how you use your time, the skill set that you even need, how you think for yourself. That kind of ability you need to develop if you really want to be somebody who can build a business and who can build the life that you want. You see, with all my life, most fulfilled and the happiest people that I know are people who have been able to take control and who have been able to lead themselves. People who believe that their life, the life that they're living, is they are destined to lead this life. They think that they are in charge of this life. They control their money, they control their skill set. Nobody really directs them in terms of, hey, get up, go this way, come this way. This is how much I'm going to pay you. Most of the people that I talk of who are very much happy and fulfilled and very much courageous and would want to repeat the same life that they're living today if they were to come back to life again, are people who are able to lead themselves and live life according to their own terms. It's not those who have the best of courses or the best of professions per se, but those who've been able to design, weave out a life for themselves, and that will not ordinarily come to you until you can lead yourself. You can lead yourself. So work on that. Leadership skills. Not just leading others, but you should be able to lead yourself first. You should be able to plan your life to say that the next 20 years, this is what I want to do. You should be able to set your targets every day, every month. You should be able to control your finances, even what you eat, the friends that you take, where you want to work, the church you want to go. Which church do you want to go to? Which church you don't want to go to? I remember a friend of mine called me the other time and said that, Kwabena, I think that the back of your book, you should wear suit and put on tie. I said, you sure that I don't know this? That's not what I want to do. I don't want to put tie behind the book. And somebody said that you have to dress, I said, no, that's not the way I think. I want to do this. And this is how I want to dress. This is the kind of thing. This is how I think. Can you do that? Can you think independently? When everybody else is watching Manchester United and Chelsea, can you say that I'm not going to watch that? Have you developed the ability to think for yourself and harness that talent? And beyond yourself, your ability to also lead others. I've seen that your life will be as it is until you meet somebody else. Most often, our life will change because we met another person. The network that you build, they are the most critical element to the next phase of your life. You will meet somebody, and the next day, your whole life is going some different direction, good or bad. So your ability to connect with the best of talent is so important. Your ability to connect with the best of talent, and that is leadership. And that is leadership. Somebody said that everything rises and falls on leadership. So the best form of leadership is you leading yourself. And if you can lead yourself, you cannot lead others. So my name is Kwabena Darko. Today, we are sharing about some of the critical things that you need. And I'm saying that we've been taught, we've been grown to believe that once we go to school and we get the best of grades, life will be good for us. And most often people think like that because when they think that when they finish school, somebody else will give them job. And I dare say that that is not the way forward. That is not the way forward. That is not the way forward. Yes, please sometimes speak our local. Yes, I will speak the local language when people start to join. You see, there are people who join from other countries. Some people join from Saudi Arabia. Some people join from Oman, Kenya, Zambia, America. I think that maybe the lecture can be in English, and then when we call in, we can speak the Twi. I think that most people who can write, you who can write this, at least can understand what I'm saying. So I understand we are in a difficult situation in terms of the language that we miss, but others would also want to hear. So bear with us, Emmanuel. Bear with us a bit. So when you start to join in, you can speak the tree. It will not be a problem because then those people can follow the tray in terms of the comment. But I would like to speak, the even with pain, but we still have to do that at least. And when you join in, you can speak the tree. That will not be a problem. But sometimes with the tree is but I understand that other people are also have joined us and they would also want to hear. There are a lot of Jamaicans, there are a lot of African Americans, who join us as well. So the next skill, apart from the leadership skill, the next skill is your ability to produce something. What can you produce? What is it that you have developed a skill to produce? What service can you render? What is your expertise? What is it that you understand to build? Have you been able to develop something like that? What is it? Maybe you can repair. Maybe you have a plumbing skill set. You can do plumbing works on a whole house, or you can repair. Maybe you're a mechanic. Maybe you can repair computers. Maybe you can write a book. You're a graphic designer. Maybe you can. What is it? Maybe I can talk. Maybe you're a politician. You're a preacher. You can write books. What is it that you have developed that you can convert your time to produce? When we meet you, what is it that you can produce? What skills do you have? Have you developed any skill? Maybe you're a footballer, you're a boxer. What is it that we can say that this guy, when we need this problem, he can solve it? It's a skill that you need. When people think of you, what problem do you think they think you can solve for them? That is the skill set that you have developed. And I say that develop a product skill or develop a service skill, something that people can always remember you. You'd say that, this guy knows how to manage things. This guy knows how to sell. This guy knows how to, paint here. What is it? Or you're a teacher. What is it? Or maybe you're an officer. What technical skill set that you have developed? What is it? What can you produce? Develop that. How can you? If somebody meets you, what would they say that is your expertise? It's a skill set that you need. Because a lot of the times you can easily take that skill and build a business around it. Maybe you're a very good cook. You know how to cook very good food. Maybe fufu, benko, you are super. What is it? That skill, you can easily build a business around it. What skill do you have? What skill do you have? Apart from the certificate, what skill do you have? Yesterday I was thinking of something. I said that, so apart from the salary that you receive every month, what other source of revenue comes to you? Apart from, let's say January, if they don't pay you, do you have any other avenue to make any money? A lot of the times, if you don't have that, it's because you have not developed any product skill. You don't solve any problem for anybody. You don't solve any problem for anybody. So let's say February, if they don't pay you, would you have any money at all? If the salary do not come or does not come in, would you have any money coming? If they they delay the salary, would you have any other source of income? Would you have any other source of income? So the product skill set is important. Can you develop a concept, design that concept, and make a product out of it? What is it? Maybe you're a builder, maybe you're a programmer, maybe you're a journalist. What is it that you can work on? What is the expertise that you have developed? Work on that, because a lot of the times, maybe you're a very great farmer. I don't know how to farm cocoa. So if I want to have a cocoa farm, I will need somebody's expertise. Maybe you're very good with maize farming or okra. What is it? What is your expertise? Have you developed that? Have you honed that? Have you polished that? Are you proud of that skill set? Then the next stage will be your ability to promote that skill. The ability to sell that expertise that you have, that product that you have. Can you promote it? Can you sell it? Can you? Do you know how to sell something? Do you know how to convince people? Do you know? Some people have great talent and they're hiding them. They are praying that somebody else will come and discover them and say that, you have been looking for you. You know, you have to have the courage to promote what you have, the skill set, the product that you have, to sell to people. Go somewhere and people will say, we don't need you, get back. People will laugh at you, but you still promote that skill. Do you know that? Can you push yourself when nobody else is listening to you? A lot of us have great talent, but we are afraid to push it. Some people even are afraid to push something on Facebook or on YouTube or Instagram or on TikTok. Some people are very much scared to even show their face. They don't want to even show their picture. They don't want to show. You cannot. When people don't know what you produce, your skill set, what you can offer, what the problems that you can solve, then nobody will find you. The more people know what you can offer, the more people know the product that you have, the more people know the expertise that you have, the better for you, because then you will be able to succeed. So if you create something and you hide it, then nobody else will know it. You know, that's why the people who are able to promote themselves, push themselves forward, no matter what others think, selling, pushing, telling people about what they have. I'm here trying to say something that I know. You know, if I hid, if I had hidden what I knew, nobody will hear what I have. Nobody. If my friend called me on PCFM, and if I had said that maybe I'm shy, I don't want to go, I don't want people to criticize me or disagree with me, then nobody will hear the talent. When I wrote the books, and if I had hidden them, said that no, I even kept them on my computer, I don't want to print them and push them anywhere, then nobody will know it. You cannot have a talent and hide it. Don't have any great talent and hide it. Whatever that you know to do, tell your friends. Talk to them 100 times. If you have to post it on Facebook 10 times a minute, do it. Let them laugh at you. Don't care about it. Okay? You have to know how to sell. Show it to all your friends. Maybe you're a student. What can you sell to your friends? They will laugh at you. They'll say that, we came to school, we came to learn, or we came to sell. Don't worry. You're developing a talent, and that is selling. People who have been able to build any business, they have the ability to convince people to buy whatever that they have. So when you want money, you don't go to Kwabena Nkrumah University. You go to Makola because they have money. But when you want certificate, go to Kwabena Nkrumah University. And the people, when you go to Makola or a Doom Market, they are not writing exam there. They are selling. And that's why they have money. So number one skill that you need to have money is the ability to tell people the product that you have. You'll be able to convince people, your friends, they will laugh at you. So if you have a business that you want to build, don't hide it. Tomorrow, design something, put it on your WhatsApp, tell people about it. They will laugh at you if they need. Let's say you want to learn how to talk. Go on Facebook and do Facebook Live. They won't charge you. Even if you're shy, you say that I don't like to be on camera, hide yourself, You can start with the audio. You build the confidence, and later you see that you, the same person who was shy, now you are very much courageous. It takes time to build confidence. It takes time to build expertise. And selling is number one thing that you need. You have to push yourself. You have to push yourself. Learn to sell something. Don't say that I'm a doctor. We don't take money. You don't take money. They will pay you salary. And that's why you are only living on your salary. Those who are selling things, they don't live on their salary. They live on the things that they sell. So that's why I ask, if they don't pay you the salary this month, do you have any other source of income? If you ever have any other source of income, it's because you're able to sell some things. You're able to sell your services. You're able to sell some product to people. And that's why you have other sources of income, and you're not going to build any great business If you cannot push yourself, if you cannot sell your ideas, you can't promote what you have, then you will be poor. So promote yourself. Even politicians, they are always telling you, that's something about politicians. They are always talking, my greetings to the president. You hear the ministers. When they are interviewing them, I greet the president and I thank you for the opportunity. They are always mentioning them. What are they doing? They are selling this to what they want to imprint. They don't want us to forget about the president. They are always talking about it. You cannot. The moment you stop talking about it, people forget it. So don't don't say that. No, I'm shy. Don't be shy. Whatever idea that you have, talk about it. Share it with people. Tell people this is what you do. Let them laugh at you. Don't worry about it. Push. Say that, hey, listen, this is what I'm selling. And the other day, a young man called me. Say, hey, I didn't know that you can sell. I can sell something. Now he's selling beer, something. He's selling all kind of things. I said, yes. When you start to sell things, you understand money differently. When you are able to sell any product. So if you have never sold any product in your life, this is the time to sell something. And the internet makes it a bit easier for us. There's WhatsApp, there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's all kind of things. TikTok. You see the young women there who are talking. They're selling their things. They're talking something. So always sell something. Sell something. What do you have that you can sell? Even if you cannot produce, somebody has produced something that you can sell. It's a great skill. It's a great skill. So if you have just joined us, my name is Kwabena Darko. Today we are talking about critical skills that you need to build an independent, successful, fulfilled life. We've been taught to just go to school, and when you finish school, wait for somebody else to employ you. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of businesses, so people become very frustrated, and waiting for help, waiting for somebody to employ them, and they wait for 2 years, 3 years. They become desperate. You don't have to. If you have this skill set, you will not wait for anybody. And the first one that I mentioned is your ability to lead yourself. If you can lead yourself, then if nobody employs you, that is not a problem, because you can pick anything and take it to the market. The next one that I talked about was ability to produce something, produce a service, produce a product that people need. And the third one I'm on is the ability to sell, promote yourself. You will never see any you never see anybody who has been able to build anything, who is just quiet somewhere hiding. No, the world is not waiting to promote you. Let everybody else who is around you. Don't say that they say that I will rush the door, don't worry about it. The same people, when you become successful, they will tell people, oh, he's my friend. The same people, they will tell you, that guy, he's my friend. But when you started, they were laughing at you. They will laugh at you. That's part of their processes. They will laugh at you. They will say that, when you're serious, you do invest, you are also better, bro. So and then invest in a day. Don't worry, when you have become a great business person, they will say that I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you, daughter. I'm proud of you. You try something. So stay with the process, but learn to sell. If you learn to sell, you will never lack money, because people have money. They are just looking for somebody to give to. So don't make excuses. Don't complain. What is it that you can push yourself? You say that shoe no. Now the handkerchief for show pocket. What yes you could have unika iska. Udru baby no be any no paper shoe no kakra. Then you continue the journey. Walk about suit, about tie. Oh, I'm not here. No, I'm quite no malfans. Continue. That is how you learn it. The ability for people to disown you, the ability for people to say, don't come to me again, go, and you still continue. You being obsessed, being possessed with your dream. If anything that you are so much convinced of, anything that you get up to talk about, that is always on your mind, you cannot meet people and not talk about it. As a matter of fact, when you meet people, whatever that you're talking to them about is what is in your heart. Your heart is full of that. So when you meet people and say, I don't have a job, that's all that you think about. I don't have money, that's all you think about. But if you have a product, you can tell those guys, listen, I have this product I'm selling. I'm looking for this. So hone that ability. If you develop that, you will not wait for anybody to give you a job. You can pick anything and go and show to people. Go somewhere, go to that office. You want to rent that shop. Go to that man and say that, listen, I don't have money, but this is the structure that I have to give you this rent in the next 3 months. But I need this space. You can get the space and you may not have money. Your ability to convince people to sell your ideas, sell your concept, sell your personality, preach to people. Convert them to your ideas. That is the ability to sell. You're a young man, you don't have a girlfriend. Maybe you don't have ways, Can you job? You say don't have money. It's not just the money. You can sell yourself. You can sell your potential. You can sell your future. You can create any future for that lady to see. That is why they are running away from you. It's not just because you don't have money. It's because you are not presenting yourself as somebody who they can share a future with, So don't sit down, don't be in your room and cry. And after you have designed a concept in your room, get out. Get out and go and sell it to people. Say that this is what. Get something. Learn how to sell. You cannot build a business when you cannot promote yourself. You can't promote your ideas. You are very shy. Technically, if you know me, I think I don't like talking too much. Maybe they said, I'm not somebody who easily picks conversation. I can be at home very quiet and I can just be by myself, But if you have a dream, you have to promote that. If you have anything, you have to promote that. And that will mean that you have to be ready to be laughed at, and to be disagreed, and to be pitied, and for people to just say that, what is he doing with his life? What is he doing with his life? So that is one skill set that you need, the ability to push yourself and promote yourself and sell your ideas. Never forget that. Anything that you have. You see, the market does not buy the best of product. The market buys those who are selling to them. So you don't even need a perfect product. You just need a product that you can push on people to buy. Some people will polish their product, and they never take it anywhere. Polish it to a limit and go and push it. Put it on the ground. Start the work, the business. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be profitable. Take that product, take it to the business, take it to the people. They will give you feedback. Don't polish it, and you get to it, and nobody. Get the feedback from the market. Get the feedback from the market. That is how you build a business. And I'm saying that, sir, human beings want something. So tomorrow, if you say you don't have any job, go and look for sachet and sell. Go and look for a granite and sell. Go and look for pear and sell. A banana and sell. Your ability to stand and convince people. Look at those guys who sell on the street. They don't get angry because you said you wouldn't buy from them. They rush to the next person. They have done that. They are master with that. They have mastered those processes, So they don't just get offended. So when you go and you're selling something, don't get offended because they didn't agree with you, or because they laughed at you, or because they insulted you. Don't worry about it. That's human nature. But take that idea, push it out. Because without you selling, you can have the best of ideas. If nobody knows it, it's nothing. It's nothing. You can have the best of product. If nobody knows it, it's nothing. So learn to sell. That's how you build yourself. Learn to sell. And the next one is your financial skill. So if you just join that, we are talking about skill set that you need to pick yourself to the next stage. When you have developed this skill set, you will not wait for anybody to help you. You will not say that I have raised 10,000. I don't know what to do with it. You will not say that, and I have 20,000. I want to go and get a visa. You will not say that. You will know what to do. You will know what to do. So the next one is financial skill, your ability to manage money, to make right decisions with money, with any little money that you have. If you learn how to manage money well, your finances well, organize your finances well, budget your, portion, have the required financial discipline, you will build your business to a very high level. You'll build your life, your finances to a very high level. Learn about money. Most people make a lot of, dangerous decisions because they don't have right understanding of money. Yesterday we were on Peace FM, and there's this gentleman who joined us. He works with water tank. He repairs them, and he was able to raise 40,000 Ghana cedis, and his mind was on traveling with that money. So nothing could convince him. And he wanted to go to Germany. It didn't work. So somebody told him that somebody's in South Africa. So he moved that money to the person in South Africa. And they even helped him to go to South Africa. And they screwed him. 40,000 Ghana cedis. He was able to raise it, but he was not able to take it to the next level. That money could change his finances forever. But he made wrong financial decisions with that money. I've seen that most of our young men now are just working to raise money and get a visa. They're just working to raise money. So the moment they are only here, they are not trying the visa because the money is not enough. The moment they raise that money that they can get a visa to America, to Germany, to South Africa, to Kuwait, they go. You don't need that. You need to raise that money and expand a business or grow a business or build a business with that money. And later you can travel to some of these countries. It's a great scale. 44,000. You are working on water tanks, poly tanks. He could easily get a store and trade water tanks. And he could become anything. But because he had not developed the skills to make the right decisions with the money, he wasted it, destroyed it. Now he's come back. He was intelligent to come back, but he lost that money. And he came to the station to say that he wants money to rent a place. So a lot of people, because they have weak financial skills, weak financial discipline, will go. They raise money, they lose it. 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 Because they have not developed the right financial skills. If you want to develop your financial skills, you need to have a financial goal. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And you need to know how to multiply the sources of income. So if you're working with polytanks and you make that money, what else can you add? What else can you add? So let's say you're making 5,000 a month. What else can you add to make another 5,000? What else can you add to make another 5,000? What else can you add to make another 5,000? And you have a structure. You have a financial plan. This is what I use for food. This is what I'm using to pay my children's school fees. This is what I'm using to pay rent. And even if I want to build a house, I want to plan to say that if the money reaches this level, I'm going to take maybe 1%, 2%, 10% to buy a land and start to build. But I'm not going to collapse my business by just trying to build a house. Those are financial skills that you need, and it calls for a lot of discipline. So you have a way that you are raising the money, and you have a way that you are multiplying the money, and you have a way that you are investing in your future. So if I were that gentleman, I would have turned that money into maybe opening a shop and selling some of the things that he works with, and then maybe go to my village and start to invest in some things for my future. Maybe some cocoa or some coffee or some orange, something, or maybe I will start to build apartment for rent, or, whatever that he could do just to safeguard his future. So financial skills is very key. It's not about traveling. Not at all. Traveling will just increase your revenue, maybe. But when you make that income, the decisions that you make with that money that you make is going to decide whether you are going to be financially free or you're going to be in bondage for the rest of your life. Freedom is you having the ability to control your time, your mind, and your money. And if you have not developed yourself, whatever money comes to you, it's not so much even the income. Because some people make 100,000 a month and they still waste it. They buy nice cars, they change their children's school, they buy nice clothes, they go for big parties, big weddings, they are changing their shoe and their bikes all the time. And the only source of income they have is the money from their job, because they have not developed themselves financially. So financial skills, you'll be able to pick 1 cedi and turn it into 100. You'll be able to pick 100 cedis and turn it into 1,000. Be able to pick 1,000 cedis and turn it into millions if you have developed your financial skills. And you have no freedom until your finances are right. If you don't go to work, would you still have money? If you don't go to work, would you still have money? And you will not be waiting for God to give you a miracle for your finances to change. If you're in that category, you are not part of the game. You're hoping that God will supernaturally change your finances. Maybe it can happen, but I will not do that. I would want to start and plan and build that financial future, and so I'm not hoping for miracle. I'm not hoping for magic. I'm not hoping for lotto. I'm not hoping for Sakawa. I'm just going to have a regiment, a plan, a financial plan that I'm following. And anything about my finances, I want to put them in right control. I don't want somebody else to decide today I'll give you this, tomorrow I'll give you that. I want to have control. You don't have money until you have control of the money that comes to you and how you spend it, you know. And it's not so much how much even comes, but the intelligent decisions that you make with the money. Never underestimate money and what it does to life. You know, if your money, if you don't have control over your money, your life is in disarray. And if your finances are not in good shape, you worry about life. You panic. You worry that if they sack you from job, can you keep that car? You know, if they sack you from that place, can you rent that place again? I've seen beautiful girls on social media that some people were renting for them, you know, and now the person is not renting for them and it's trouble now. They are sharing all kind of information because their finances were not in good shape, you know. So you have to take control over your finances so that you don't do desperate things and jeopardize your future, you know. So that calls for financial skills, you know. So when you when you go to school, learn this. Well, if you're a student, learn these things. You know, these are the skills that will build you for life, and you will not become a servant. You will not become a victim to anybody's imagination. You know, and you will not even be desperate. You know, you will just control your life. You know, so my name is Obeng Darko. Today we are talking about critical skills that you need, and we have talked about leadership, and we have talked about the ability to also create a product or a service. And the next one we have talked about sales skill, the ability to sell any product, anything that you have. And the next one we are talking about financial skills. And thank you for sharing. Those of you who are sharing the video or the network or the link, thank you very much. You know, you cannot help our people until we raise the minds of our people. You know, a lot of our thinking, the way we think, a lot of it is not right. We almost think like somebody else will change our finances for us. We always think that somebody else will give us job. We always think that the government must do. If the government even does everything and you are not in charge of your life, you will still not be part of the game, you know, which also means that if the government even does not do anything and you are in charge of some things, you have a better life, you know. And we are saying that it's not about you traveling or even about you getting a job. It's about you knowing this. And if you know this, even if you don't have a job, you will not be worried because you can pick any idea and sell that idea. You can pick that idea, any idea, and build a business around it. You know, so the next one is entrepreneurship skill. So you're talking about 5 of them. You know, entrepreneurship skill, your ability to pick an idea and turn it into a business. In our economy, if you're waiting for a job, I'm not sure. The other day, even in America, Microsoft, over 10,000 people they have sacked. You know, Google, the same thing, Twitter, Amazon, all this. So the people who have been sacked, if they ever thought that they would not start business because entrepreneurship is not for everybody, as they told you, which is not true. If they sack you today, you still have to live. They still have mortgages to pay. Their children would have to go to school. Some of them will have health issues. You just have to learn this. It's a skill, whether you have a job or you don't have a job. The ability to pick an idea and build it into a business. You know, so don't convince yourself that all of us cannot start business, but all of us can insure the government. You know, the very people who tell us this, these young people, they are the ones, they think that all of us must insure government, but then all of us cannot start business. Listen, you can pick any idea and turn it into a business. Any idea. All that you have to know is how to organize that idea. You know, so if I want to sell, say, cocoa, for instance, I will come out and say that, okay, where can I position that cocoa? You know, then I get a name out of it, KOD Cocoa, you know, Obeng Darko Cocoa. Then I do some logo with it. Maybe I can even package it, you know. Then I start to tell friends that I sell cocoa, you know. And then I don't just have to sit down and plan it and make it so nice. Once the idea comes, the next minute I'm trying to start it with 100 cities or 20 cities that I have. And I have to be very proud of it. And maybe I turn my laptop, you know, I create a folder, I create some Excel, and I say that this is income, this is expenditure, you know. And so every time I come home, I'm punching in. If they sold 10 cities a day, I'm very happy with it. If I started a business and they get me 10 cities, it's a business. Once people need the product that you have, it's the infrastructure you build around it. the business name, the business account, the registration of the business, the logo, the website, the Facebook page that you have around it, your ability to pick somebody, employ somebody, and train them, and for them to work with you, and build a strong culture of the business. You understand your ability to do all these things is ability that you get developed to run a business. It's a business skill. So somebody else can only know how to, prepare cocoa, but that person may not be able to translate that idea into a business because his main focus, or that person's main focus, is just the product. But your ability to, to come up with a business name, bank account, employ people, train them, maybe even package the cocoa well, and create a whole different culture from the other person who's also selling cocoa, that becomes a business. And your ability to keep going when everything is not working, and continue to fight to make sure that this business becomes a profitable business, and be confident and be courageous and set goals for it. That is an entrepreneurship skill. That is a skill that somebody else who can build a business develops. And once you become perfect with that kind of idea, then you can move from cocoa into cars. You can move from cocoa to shopping malls. You can move from cocoa to build an apartment. You can move from cocoa to selling paint, because it's a business skill that you have developed. So develop that skill, and once you have that, then you are on your mobile beam. Because you can always see opportunities and turn them into business. So when some people are talking about how it is difficult, because you are always trying to come up with ideas that people need. So my name is Obeng Darko. Today we are talking about some skills that you need to build as a business. Okay, some of us have skills we are pushing, but we don't have the capital to invest in the skills to be very big. Our challenge is capital. Yes, your challenge is not capital. Challenge is not capital. You believe it's your challenge, then it's going to be. Change the mind that you have. In our economy is so different from some of the other economies. Some of the other economies, they will give them loan 5%, 10%. A lot of the customers use credit card. In our country, we don't use credit card, and if you go for loan, they probably will not even give you, and if they give you, it's 30%, 40%. So the business that you're doing, number one capital you need is your honesty. Do people trust you? If you promise people, do you give back? If you owe somebody, are you in hurry to pay, or you took your time to pay? I have some friends, they take you, when they need money, they will rush and get you, but they take time to pay you back, which means that tomorrow, if they need money, nobody else will be in hurry to help them. So there are so many people who would help you to help you grow your business, but maybe when it comes to money, you're not that much in hurry to pay people who you or to pay people who help you. So that is one area that you may have to work on if you are not prompt in giving people back their money. The other one will be expand the business in terms of whatever that you offer. Look at how you can come out with a structure as to whoever you can give product to for them to give you money. But if you're waiting for capital and you're going to complain, the people have complained this forever. Whatever business level that you have built, whatever level that your business is, be happy with it. Don't stop complaining and waiting for capital. You can change your language. There's a language on the map of Africans. We don't have capital. We don't have this. Those are there. We understand that, but you can save them forever, and nobody else will listen. But I also believe that there are people who can give you money, for the growth of your business, if you are credible. That one I know. If people trust you, they will give you money. There are a lot of people who have access. I had a young man who has a business in Kumasi. He puts ideas together, and then he tells people, I want to open this. You invest in this. This is what I'm going to give you. And people give him money. So he has expanded his businesses with people's money, and he categorizes them. So this is for these people. They are investors. So what he's doing is he's providing the leadership, their expertise, and people. He gives people back their money with their profit. So if people trust you. The other time I was on Peace FM with a gentleman who came from Asari. He came from Obuasi. He said that he needed money to start a restaurant. Somebody gave him 100,000 cedis. So it's credibility. Odia Henka was telling me that the guy is very honest, he's very serious, and he's hardworking. So if you so believe that you need capital, then work on these things. Be serious, be hardworking, and be humble. That's something I've seen about our young men too. If you are driving through town, especially those who are driving Uber, they are angry. A lot of them are angry, and a lot of them are impatient, and they think that somebody owes them something, and they will easily insult them. I think you have to work on your mind. You have to work on your mind, and I think that if you can do that, your capital, at least for the next stage of your business, will not be a problem. And many times it's our credibility. Your credibility actually is the capital that you're waiting for. So work on that. Your friends, there are a lot of friends that you have who have money somewhere that they can give you if you pay that money back. But a lot of you, when you owe, you don't pay, and that's a fact. I've had a lot of young men come to me for money, and they never pay back, and they never call back, and they will come with all kind of stories, and they are always thinking that somebody else will help them. It's not true. It's not true. Ghana, there is money here. Our problem is people are not straightforward. That is true. So if you can work on that, I'm telling you that people will give you product, people will give you services, and you pay, and give you time to pay. It is there. Most often, people are not straightforward. And don't try to build business if you're just selfish and you want to trick people. You will crash. And you only grow when you continue to trick. The moment that nobody gives you money, you'll come down. And you can see big businesses, they do all kind of machinations to get income. The moment that source of income cuts, the business comes down because they are not credible. Your surest guarantee, if you want, to the success of your business, you being somebody who will treat people fairly, especially those who give you money. And if you give check, make sure that they don't bounce. And if people give you service, provide you services, or give you product, you give them their money back. Even if you have to go and sell your car and your phone and sell everything to give them the money back, do that. That is credibility, and that's the capital. And so that if you're waiting for capital, my friend, I'm not sure that anybody will give you capital, but this is how the capital comes in anyway. From business growth and from your credibility. And so, so the next topic, the next item is the business, the ability to pick that idea and build it into a business. Work on that. If you don't work on that, you'll be miserable. So our young men and women would have to think differently. We have to think differently. We are not America. We are not Europe. We are not Canada. We are not Australia. We are not New Zealand. This is Ghana. Our infrastructure is different. That's why sometimes when they are even comparing our billionaires or our rich people to some rich people in some countries, and say, do you know the tools that they use to create wealth? If you don't know, maybe let me tell you one. Business is one tool they are using to create wealth. Business. And if you look at how they start business, you just have to come up with the idea and test the idea. You will get sponsors. They will give you money. Investors will give you money and expand, especially the white people, the white male, those who dominate the billionaire list. Look at it. If you come to properties, we are in Ghana, we do properties. Nobody gives you money, mortgage for development, no money for development. You have to go and have your own money for development. And the people who want to come and rent or buy, and they have to also raise their own money. This economy is so different from the others. They even have a lot of tax allowances. In our country, is a bit different. So I even think that it's unfortunate for them to even add Dangote, for instance, to the list of the billionaires, because Africa's economy is so different from the West. The West is debt economy. They have a lot of access to money from computer, stock market. They raise the money. The next day, they do the business. It gets to some level. They do all kind of machinations, and the person is a billionaire the next day. And what fascinates me is that you can become a billionaire today, and tomorrow you lose 10 billion because the stock value has gone down. How can you lose 10 billion if your money, if I have 10 billion in gold, how can I lose it? So study these things well, so that you see that some tools that they have created to make themselves powerful and rich may not necessarily apply our environment, so that you understand what, because I think that they are destroying a lot of minds around the world with this is the billionaire, this is that. Meanwhile, the tools that they are using, a lot of countries don't have access to those tools. So if you're able to do something, as little as it is, you have done well. If you're able to build a business, as little as it is, you have done well. Because if you are in some countries, if the business is 10, multiply it by 100, because that's really it. If your business is making 1 million CD a year, multiply it by maybe 100. If you're in those countries, that is how it is actually, because of the tools that they have built for themselves and for the economy. We don't have that. So don't measure yourself like that, So my name is Obeng Darko. My name is Obeng Darko. We are talking about tools, skill set that you need as a young man so that you don't become desperate, so that you can build things with patience, with energy, and with forethinking. Understand where we have leverage, understand where we have advantages. You have to understand this, study them, because there are a lot of things that work for us. There are a lot of things that work for us. If you can think differently, and study well, you will see that you'll be successful. And whatever that you've been able to do, you have been fantastic. So my name is Kwabena Darko. Today, let's go about what I've been trying to talk about. I started by saying that they train us in school to go for the best of courses and to write the best of exams and get the best of grade. And all those are intended to make us very good employees. So when you finish school and nobody wants to employ you, then you feel like you have failed, because your education was actually designed so that you will not be able to do something for yourself, but wait for somebody else to give you a job. That's why when the government says that the military is employing, you see a lot of young people who troop to the stadium. When they say that the nurses, some people will complete nursing college and they wait for 4 years at home waiting for government to give them job, because the kind of training that they were giving was designed for that you wait for somebody to give you help. And this training that we do here is for you to wait for nobody. Don't wait for anybody, especially if you want to create an independent, successful, fulfilled life. Okay, so Mr. Obeng, please buy me tripod stand. I also want to display my talent. You want me to buy you? You have iPhone. Go and trade and find yourself something. This is the mind that we are trying to take out. Don't wait for somebody to buy you anything. Go and start with whatever you have. You need this. We need to take this our mind out of you waiting for somebody to help you and begging for somebody to give you help. I think it's wrong. Go start with what you have, value what you have, respect what you have, and work with what you have. That is the kind of thinking that I think we need. African governments have a lot of access, a lot of advantages, but they are still waiting for somebody to give them a hand, to give them help. That is something that they put there. They made themselves that without them we can't do anything, and we have bought that. And they put that in your education as well. So you are waiting for somebody to help you. Don't wait for anybody to help you. If they help you, no problem. But don't wait. And you are not disadvantaged if you have no help. Right? You want it as a gift. You don't tell people to gift you like that. Do help yourself, my friend. Kosi, help yourself. Help yourself. All right. So leadership is a skill. Work on it. Leadership is a skill. Work on it. Lead yourself and learn to lead others. Wake up. Look at the time that you wake up. Look at the time that you sleep. Look at how you spend your time. Look at what you feed your mind with. Look at the things that you study. Look at the things that you watch. Develop yourself, your capacity. Lift your mental strength. Build your knowledge. That's how you lead yourself. And if you're able to work on that, then you can lead others. Leadership is capacity building, being able to lift yourself. You don't feel like you are disadvantaged. You don't feel like you are not able. That is leadership. And you are not crying because nobody wants to help you. And you don't take that 100,000 that you have raised, 20,000 to go to Dubai and we'll go and look for a job when you can build business with it. You say that when you're building business, they worry you. Yes, let them worry you. But when you lift your strength, no matter what they do, you will still succeed. The other day, a gentleman said that it's far easier to raise $1 million in Ghana than to raise 100,000 outside Ghana. And I so much agree with him. It's far easier to raise $1 million here if you're doing business than to raise 100,000 somewhere. And that is true. And that is true. And that is true. So what did you say, Cosmos? You said that what? How about our school initiating our children into jobs with career days? Yes, they are just pumping them to become, as career days, they dress them to be nurses, police officers, doctors. They're just teaching us to become employees. They are not teaching us to become innovators and creators and industrialists and entrepreneurs and business owners. They're just training us to say that somebody else will build business and then we will come and look for a job. So when I tell my son that you just wear your jeans and your shirt and go, the teachers will say, what is that? He said that he's an entrepreneur. And the teachers say, no, it's not like that. So from there, they are programming him to look for a job. And if nobody wants to employ him, then now he's a failure. And he's not a failure. He can easily go to his hometown and start plantain farm. When we were children, my grandmother could harvest tractors, 2 or 3 tractors load of plantain. My grandmother, she could do that. Cassava. And she was a trader as well. And we finished school, we are waiting for somebody to help us. So they have taught us to be dependent, and you have to reprogram your mind. That you finish school, that is school. Now go and face life. We are saying that learn the ability to lead yourself. Reprogram your mind. Reprogram yourself for life. Get proper information so that you can pick any idea and build it into business. You can create wealth. Give yourself 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You can create a whole life that you'll be so much proud of. You don't need to save money and say that I'm saving money so that I can get out of Ghana. Like some people are telling you when you get, no, it's not true. When you're talking of millions, you are talking of hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not in job. It's not true. How many of those people have $100,000? They don't have it. They don't have it. And yet you can do anything here. If you have developed the skills, just be patient and build it into a big industry, into a big farm, into a big business. You will write checks. They're just sacrificing our future for menial jobs and menial pay. That's why they're programming us. So when you go to school, the same thing. They said they're becoming. Somebody said, what? I would dress my daughter like a trader at Makula. Yes, that Makula woman has money that the doctor does not have, the engineer does not have, the lawyer does not have. Go to the court and see. Look at the cars that lawyers drive. They don't have it, my friend. And that's why they all go to politics. If they have it, tell me how many of them have their own chambers and how much are they charging? You see? But the Makula woman, go and talk to them and see. Because that's what money is created. Money is created from selling, from building businesses. It's not in politics, it's not in jobs. You have a job, no problem. But know that that's not how you build wealth. Wealth building is different. It's in business, it's in properties, it's in agriculture, cocoa farm, those things. It's in strategy. You have a long-term strategy to be building those things. It's not in traveling to America. It's not true. It's not going to England. How many British people have money? It's in solving economic problems systematically, structurally. When you're able to think through this and break it down, you are 20 years today. If you structure and sit down well, give yourself 10 years, the things that you create, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. You'll be amazed. Just target one area. Said, I want to master this and blow it and grow it. Whatever area in a country, agriculture is a key thing. Just study it well. Go in with that thinking. Go with the little that you have. Go into trading. You'll be shocked. Anything that you can produce. Produce for the local market first. Don't look at trying to produce us. Produce the things that we use here. Produce for the local market. The things you look, study. The things that 80%, 90% of Ghanaians depend on. Look at that and produce. And if you can process that, go ahead. Don't just look at, I'm going to produce and send it to somewhere. No, that's not the problem. Produce here. What is it that you can produce here? So people are doing chips, plantain chips. You are there, you're You're speaking English. You say, I want to do computer editing. How many people are buying you computer editing? What is it that you can produce here? So that's a skill. Lead yourself. Lead yourself. Don't wait for help. We've been programmed to wait. Wait for God. Wait for government. Wait for uncle. Wait for my brother. Wait for job. Wait for somebody. Don't wait. Lead yourself. Take a step of faith, as they will say. And destiny requires faith, actually. Destiny. So the school has programmed you to wait for help. That's why you're very, there are a lot of students are praying over their pen. Or bonfires and because you don't need prayer over your pen to pass your exam. You need to go and sit down and study. They are just going to test you on the things that you have studied. You know, you're going to write an exam and you're fasting. Go and eat, study well, and go and write the exam. If you fail, write again. Write again until you pass. That's all. If you fail this one, write again. If you fail it, don't be scared. It's just an exam. It's not life. The best of student is not going to beat you in life. It's not true. It's for school. It's for certificate. Life is different. Life, you need some of these skills that we talk about. Your ability to lead yourself, your ability to promote yourself, your ability to handle your money well, your ability to turn an idea into a business. Those are the ideas that will make you great. I've been following you on social media for about 2 years now, and I want to say a big thank you for what you have done for me personally. Edwin Akwada. My mindset is everything. I would advise everyone to get a copy of your books and read it at least every month for 6 months and apply the principles. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you. That's what we want to hear. Thank you. We want to raise a generation that is proud and say that we are not limited. You don't have to be saying, I don't have any job, so I can do that. Who told you? You can do it. Just look around. If nobody wants to give you anything at all, go your father's one plot, go and see what you can produce from that land. By the time that you are through with one production, your mind will start to work. Because what changes a man's life is his work. The things that you can produce. You start to identify yourself as a man when you can create something that adds value to life. When you can produce something with your gift, the gift that God gave you, that is at the point that you have become a man. It's not when you start to date a girlfriend. No. It's when you have produced something with your life. What is it? The value that you are creating. That is the point that you have started to become a man. So go to that plot, produce some okra, or whatever you can produce. What is it that you can sell? What is it that you can put together? That's why boys, when you start to do something, that's why sometimes the women may not understand. When a man does not have anything to do, he doesn't feel like he's a man. But he's able to create value, or his creativity will come. His greatness will be from there. So the school train us to wait for help. Don't wait for help. If you fail the exam, write again. Don't cry. This exam doesn't do anything. Parents will panic and rush, and we want to go and pay something for somebody to pass your child. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. The greatness in that child is for her ability or his ability to lead herself, learn, manage money, take an idea and build it into a business. That is the kind of thing that you want to teach your children. And you teaching them to be honest, straightforward, disciplined, forbearing, persevering, consistent, committed to anything. You want to change anything in your life? You need perseverance. You need consistency. You need commitment. You need to hold your stomach. That is how you achieve anything. They have trained us to just wait and say that God will change everything in your life. That is why they have put our minds to sleep. You want to be great? You want to build any network with anybody? You want to change your life? Set that idea, set that dream, and go to work. That's how you change your life. Any other thing that they are from left and right. Sometimes when I sit down and look at our people, I cry. The way people are teaching us all kind of errors. If nobody is telling you to get up and go and work to change your life, they have deceived you. That they tell you that they have something that they pour on your head and your life will change. That's why we have produced people who don't believe that they have anything. That's why somebody has $10,000. He doesn't think that he can build business with that $10,000. He's looking for help. He doesn't believe. He thinks that somebody must hold his hand. Somebody must give him a job. And if you don't give him a job, it means it's nothing. That is not true. That is a lie. You want a book? Maybe later you send me a message on my number and we can send the book to you. That is not true. They have trained us. You will change your life when you set a goal and you go to work. And you never give up until you see results. And you don't cry. If you go today, it doesn't work, go tomorrow. If it doesn't work, go again. If it doesn't work, go again. Stay with the vision. That's how you create wealth. It's not you running away to say that, Papa, give me a job. If they give you a job, do the job well. Let them know that you're doing the job beyond the salary. Because that is the ethics that you develop to change your life, Right. So don't think that you just be anything. Just sit back and hope for a miracle to happen. No. Change your life. Decide. Re-engineer your mind. That's how you change your life. So my name is Obeng Darko. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this. I want to paste the link here. And if you have time, just join us. Let's hear what you have to say. What you have to say. And it's great. It's an honor to be here and to share with all of us. And I'm learning. I'm learning every day. And we need to change the minds of our people. Everywhere in the world, the Africans are going through a lot of stress, a lot of difficulties, because our minds, they have bamboozled our minds with all kind of teachings, all kind of examples. So we are always comparing ourselves to people who are using instruments that we don't have. You know, they are using all kind of instruments they have. So they say, oh, in Africa, how many billionaires do you have? We have different instruments. We don't have that. So why are you judging us with that? If you have been able to build a business that makes you 5,000 a year here, you have done a magic. You have done well. Continue with that. Build it well. Build it well. And don't wait for anybody to help you. Be somebody who's worth. Develop yourself. You work in any organization, don't steal the money. It will destroy your future. Don't steal the money. The pay they give you, if you have good understanding, you will build something with that pay, And it takes time for you to build anything significant. Never forget that. It takes time for you to build anything significant. So don't think that it's just your finances is just going to change the next day. That's why you're waiting for Lotto. If you're wasting your time on Mambet and Sports Lotto and all this Lotto, your future, you are destroying it. Finance is a system, it's a structure, it's not chance. You can't change your finances by chance. It's a lie. And if they tell you and you don't agree, no problem, you'll be 60 years. You'll see that it was a structure. It was not a chance. So you don't need chance to change your finances. You need a structure, you need a system. You need knowledge, you need understanding, you need wisdom.